Larry Harwood and his box of stories. Minutes before the Crazy Horse family begins their book signing at Inkling's bookstore in Yakima, Washington, an elderly man enters the store dressed for such an occasion and with a mission. He walks through the store ignoring books, walks directly down the aisle distinguished, heading for the Crazy Horse family and its author, Bill Matson, and the men Matson has with him. With him are Douglas War Eagle and Floyd Clown Sr., grandsons of the great Sioux warrior Crazy Horse. Because I'm standing between the man and the panelists, he needs to cross by me as I'm setting up with tripod and video camera to film the event. He's wearing blue jeans, a worn gray leather hat with a feather. He's wearing a double eagle hand-knit Cowichan sweater from Canada, the famous sweater with its own name. No man walks alone. Black leather patches on the elbows. It's an Indian sweater, also called Siwash, borrowed from Chinook jargon, trade language of a specific First Nations group. His appearance anywhere would get one's attention. The heavy smell of cigarettes clings to him, and he's carrying a manila box almost too large to carry comfortably under one arm. What's his connection to Crazy Horse? What's inside this box? What does he want to show the three men? Who is he? What's in that box? He walks to the end of the table where the nearest of the presenters, Douglas War Eagle, sits, waiting for the presentation to begin. Addressing Douglas War Eagle without introductions, he says, "I have some old photographs my grandpa took and some of Grandpa's stories. You want to look at them?" Doug War Eagle opens his arms in assent, a gesture saying, "Let's have a look." His name is Larry Harwood. He's 85 years old. He's carrying stories. Larry Harwood.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
That's my
Hello
son.
there.
Hi, Jim.
Timing is perfect.
Hey,
How are you doing?
good. I'm Jim Bodeen.
Well, hello, Jim Bodeen. I'm Jim Harwood.
Jim Harwood.
Yes.
Well, here's another connection. My sister's name is Vonnie.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding.
No.
It's just one thing after another.
Lavon
Yeah,
Vonnie.
yeah, I know. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Dad had made this connection, so I'm excited going through the pictures. And did
Yeah.
you just get here?
I did.
Okay. Well, I'll back out and let you guys do your thing, and then I'll come back in.
How about if you go over there and stand behind your dad and I'll take a picture
I'll do that.
of the two of you?
I'll do that.
Awfully sharp the other night at that Crazy Horse reading.
Well, I'm glad that he took the initiative and went there.
That's great. I'm gonna get a couple here. A little bit of that glare from behind.
You guys have a good visit. I'm gonna get out of here, and then I'll come back and Dad can tell me all about it.
Okay, this is a family house here.
Yeah, it was my aunt's family. She married into the family, Patterson family.
Okay. What year is this photograph taken?
This would be really, I guess,
Yeah,
sometime prior to the 20s.
Yeah, we got a horse and buggy out here.
Yeah.
And we got a chicken here in the
Yep.
foreground. You see it?
Yeah.
And this is a nice. I've seen some photographs of those sod houses, and they don't look this
No,
good.
they generally don't look that good.
Okay. Well, this is just great. Where is this hot house?
That would be in the northwest corner of South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay.
Close to the North Dakota and South Dakota line.
Okay. What got you to that crazy horse?
Well, I read that article in the paper, and I just thought, like I said, my grandfather, knew Crazy Horse. He knew Sitting Bull, White Red Cloud, White Standing Bear. They were friends of his. And my grandfather, my mother, he come over from Norway and he learned English. Then he went and got in Dakotas and learned Swede, or Sioux. So they, of course, you're an outsider there, you learned what the natives spoke, which they don't do now.
And that was your mother?
My mother's dad. And he sat on the first South Dakota legislature when it became a state. He was a judge. He had a third grade education.
What's his name?
Hans Cleveland.
Okay, and he's the writer.
Indian band. Anyway, it's written on the back there a little bit. You can read it.
My goodness. Well,
This one here that's got the check on it.
Archie
Wells.
Married to my cousin,
My mother's cousin.
my mother's cousin, Anna Cleveland. And the little fellow is Jimmy Wells.
Their brother. This is him here. It's got the check mark over it. And this is his little brother here.
These are family members?
Well, they were relatives of my mother,
Okay.
my cousins.
And this is, tell me about this band again.
Well, it's an Indian band.
It's an Indian band?
Yeah.
Are you native?
No.
You're not native.
No, I'm pretty much Norwegian. The rest of it's all mixed up.
Well, thank God for being mixed up. Okay, so this band played in where?
In the Dakotas.
In the Dakotas. Is it a school band?
I have no idea.
My God, those uniforms are grand.
They put some effort in them.
Okay. Do you know anything else about that band?
No, not really. Like I said, other than that one fella married a cousin of mine. And my mother said the family kind of kicked her out because she married Indians.
Okay. So.
And they went to, mother said the last she knew of her, they were farming in Iowa.
So part of your family ran into prejudice right away because of love.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Are we ready to? Are we to the part of the native photograph?
I think most of this stuff is from what we looked at the other day.
Great photograph.
Wasn't on my father's and mother's side, but there was other members of the family that didn't go for it.
Didn't what?
They didn't go for it.
They didn't go for
it. Family, yeah.
What do we got here?
That's when I was going to high school.
Where?
In Michigan.
Okay.
Anyway, that was in Grindstone City.
Grindstone?
Grindstone City.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, those were called grindstones. They at one point, they manufactured commercial grindstones there. Some of them were 12 foot across. And they would clean them all up and they would find a clay spot in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they were called, they threw them out, and that's what they were. They were scattered all over up there when I went to high school.
So these are rejects?
These were all rejects.
Yeah.
And there was, long before I was there, I never knew where they come. But there's no more there anymore because they have come out and picked all them up and they're all gone. But when I was in high school, we used to go out there and drink beer.
When did you graduate from high school?
Yeah.
What year?
51.
51. This is in Michigan.
Yeah, that's in Michigan. This was in the 40s.
Huh?
Late 40s.
How did you get from the Dakotas to Michigan?
Oh, hell, I've been all over. I was born in Lemon, South Dakota.
Uh-huh.
And between the drought and the Dust Bowl and all, my dad raised horses for them and sold to the cavalry. And it got so bad he couldn't feed them. Range wasn't any good. So he turned 300 head of horses loose and kept out 30 head of 2- and 3-year-olds that had never been broke, and one saddle horse. And we went to, or he went to Minnesota and took those 30 head of horses. And that's what we lived on for about 2 years, him trading horses, breaking them and trading them afterwards, after we got to Minnesota.
Did you break horses too?
Oh, not really.
But you rode you're a horse.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, my dad also raised sheep. That was in North Dakota. Overall, all the way on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2,000 head of sheep at one time. My mother said what a horrible job it was taking care of them sheep when they lambed.
1919 is the date on this photograph.
That could very well be.
Do you remember? You weren't born in
No.
1919 was a horrible year in this country.
Yeah.
It was a violent year.
Yeah.
A lot of racism this year.
Oh yeah, I can remember. They cussed the Irish and they cussed the Italians.
Oh, okay.
Genuine buffalo herd.
So these buffalo are the family members.
They were the real ones.
They were the buffalo that fed the Sioux.
Yep.
Do you know anything about the history of this photograph?
Other than, like I said, my mother. These are pictures that I got from my mother.
Hold this up for my camera here, and I'll just.
Let's just tack them in here because there's going to be so many.
Okay, no, there's nothing below here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay. You know, a lot of people have pictures and old pictures, but what they don't do is tell the story about those pictures, and then the stories get lost.
Yep.
Okay.
That one's in.
Oh my God.
And that's got some dates on it, I believe.
This one, I don't see any dates. Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Can you read that?
Yep.
It's 1889 is the date.
It's convention at Crow Creek Agency, South Dakota in 1889.
Okay, wow. My goodness. We don't know what family this is, do we?
No, like I said, they were all Sioux, you know.
So what do we have here? We got a family.
Yeah, well,
We got the
teepees.
teepee village. This looks like a
Probably agency.
Christian church. Is
It
that a
could
cross?
very well be a Christian church. The
And-
Lutherans were real strong back there.
Yeah. You know, I came out of that North Dakota Lutheran Church. So. Did you too?
Well, sort of.
Okay. I love the sortas. You know, I gotta ask a question
Yeah.
about sorta. What do you mean sorta? What are these here larger buildings? I wonder.
They could have been schools or
Okay.
well, hell, the church built lots of buildings.
Yeah.
I mean, they built, you'll see the schools in here.
Uh-huh.
But can't really tell you more than what you see
Okay.
right here.
Okay. Wow. That's quite a family. That is quite a family. You got one surprise after another, don't you? Oh my
I
God.
can't tell you a thing about that other than they're mixed up, everybody.
Well, okay, let's look and see what we have here.
You've got Indians, ranchers, and
Here's a pipe.
yep.
Here's one guy, looks like a white guy in a
Business suit.
white business suit and a goatee and a white hat. Do you have any family members in this?
I don't think so. I don't know. I couldn't tell if I did.
Yeah. What do we have? What is this brother holding here? Is that a? He's holding. Oh my goodness. Look, what is it? What do you see in that hat there?
He's got to be an Indian. He's got lots of hair.
Wow. You know that song of Merle Haggard? Wear your own kind of hat.
Yep.
I know which hat I'd have. I'd have on that hat, or I'd have on one of those
Yeah.
there. This guy's looking off here at the dog. My goodness. Well, I'll bet these are all. If that picture there is 1889,
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, they're all about the same.
They got the same frame. I'll bet those two were taken then around the same time. What else? Wow.
This is how the schools them.
Oh God.
That-
We heard that.
How they treated. They took them kids away from their homes. Those Lutherans were good for that. They were going to make real good citizens out of them heathens. There's no smiles on any of them faces.
No, they're not. This must be their teacher, right here. Look.
I don't know.
Oh God. I should have known you were going to try and break my heart this morning. Huh?
Hmm?
I should have known you were going to break my heart this morning with these pictures.
There's more of them.
Oh my God. I wonder if these are the same.
Well,
No, they're probably different grade, not later
they're all
years.
about the same period.
Yeah. Yeah, look, there's one
Like I
young
said,
lady here that's got the same
dresses on them.
dresses on them. Oh. Who collected these pictures?
My mother.
And your mother spoke Sioux?
Well, yeah, my mother
She
really.
is-
She accumulated this stuff. I got it from her. The rest of the family didn't want it, so I took it. I should have took a bunch more too, but I didn't. I didn't want to be a pig.
And then it gets just lost or thrown away by people who don't care about
Yeah.
it. So, thank God you're as selfish as you
Yeah.
were. Here's look at this. Look at this shy smile on this little girl here. Oh man. So, these pictures, the responsibility. Oh my God.
There's a white one in there. There's a white child in there.
Yeah.
At least she looks white.
Oh God. Oh. I've never seen this picture in my life. At least they're not in rows here.
Yeah.
We still put people in rows. The Lutherans still put people in rows. I'm a witness. Oh, God. What do we have here on their desk? I got some. What do you see?
Well, looks like they're church statues.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the table in front of each one of them.
Mm-hmm. Come home to Jesus.
Yep.
Wonder what their parents thought of those.
Well, like I said, they were taken away from their parents, so
Yeah.
the parents didn't know what was going on.
God, these are intimate photographs.
God.
I'm never going to another sit-down dinner again. Oh my God. This is, oh.
That's just me in high school.
This is, okay, now we got to do something formal here.
Oh, we don't.
Here, just hold it up. Hold it up. What a fun. Oh. What's that necktie? Look at that. What's on that tie, do you think?
Might be soup.
1951.
Yeah.
Let's look at them
Okay.
again.
Okay.
If you have the time.
No, I got nothing but time.
Time. Okay.
Until
Okay.
I get a call and go to the Lord.
Okay. Well, I don't know if the North Dakota Lutherans would agree with me, but I think we're with the Lord right now, telling these stories. Mr. and Mrs. Walking Crane.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
I don't know. Other than the
Okay.
picture.
Okay. L.H. Harwood, that's you?
Yeah.
So this is your photograph. Wow, what a dignified looking couple. Photographs on the kitchen table at Larry Harwood's. Two men in plaid shirts, father and son. Son behind the father, son proud, but unable to see the father's smile. Sod house from the Dakotas. Two women in early spring dressed for warm and cold. Two horses hitched to the buggy. Chickens in right foreground. Traveling Indian band, uniforms, conductors' hats, all the brass and drums. Original buffalo herds. Last of the food, last of ones, well, slaughtered for fun. Indian family, one man, three women, three children, women and children in traditional dress, the man in vest, white shirt, top hat, all of them in front of horses, teepees behind them, horses and wagons, all surrounding the church with its cross on the steeple. The group picture outside on the porch, 3 rows of men, all proud. Why are they here all dressed up, legs crossed, and the peace pipe in the front row? Cardboard framed photos from the Indian boarding school. Uniforms, bow ties, haircuts. Nobody smiling. 4 class photos. Oh, look at that girl. One embarrassed smile. A classroom photo with 4 tables pushed together into a square. 21 children in chairs, Indian children. 1 blonde child. Their teacher has taught them to build church steeples with blocks before them, eyes open for the camera. Larry at 85, holding his high school graduation photo, suit jacket, shirt, and tie. Another one cut small, Larry in a dress at 2. Easy to change a diaper in, he says. The woman with a pitchfork before the barrel. Mary Sherman, written in a woman's hand. That's General Sherman's sister, Larry says. Sherman's march to the sea, I scream. Yep. What's in that barrel, Larry? Cow shit, I imagine. The pamphlet of Sioux letters, English translations side by side, page by page, from the columns of the daybreak, for the price of the prayer. 1894 from Madison, South Dakota. I read the introduction out loud to Larry, thanking him for preserving this collection. Larry says, there was more, but I didn't want to be greedy.